Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. We got the squad in the building. Yeah. Listen, welcome to the Patreon side of things. Shout out to everybody who has supported us on this level. We know that this is a major change to what the Windy City Breeze has been. There will still be clips and different things like that. Of course, breaking news and all that on the main YouTube channel. But for everybody who supported over on the Patreon side, appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love, man. Listen, we got a lot to get into today. Bears did right by Justin Fields as they trade away Justin Fields this weekend to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But will they regret doing right by Justin Fields? That's the biggest question that we're going to be talking about on today's episode. Also, are we ready for a new quarterback? Are we ready to get into having a new quarterback? Are we mentally prepared for a new quarterback? Got to look at that as well. And, of course, our best and worst of the weekend. All that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Who we got in here already? Lord Crimson in here already. Shout out to that support.
Come on, Lord.
Don up in here. Grady's over here.
Oh, no.
Grady came over
no.
to the Patreon side.
Chaos.
Hey, Brady paid just to roast you.
I respect it.
Chaos in the chat.
I
Chaos.
respect it. Hey, listen, if you gon' pay to come over just to fry, I'll fry back with you. I respect it. Let's do it. Let's go. Of course, we got the Petty Center Live P Kid in the building. The super producer Joel Holt is back there as well, joined by C-Dub in the building. New glasses, C-Dub? They're a little better. A little better.
Man, it's a funeral, man. You know, I gotta show my respects.
It's a funeral out here.
Respects,
and of course, we got C-Dub we got JC in the back, host of the Chicago Bears Breeze. Make sure that y'all tune in over there as well. Hey, man, let's jump into the show, boys. First things first, how was the weekend for everybody? Y'all, we've got some mourning on the show. It seems like there's still some sadness.
There's some slow singing. And
It was how do I say goodbye to
Justin Fields.
JF1.
Can we play music?
Kind of, but let's not chance it just yet.
Let's not get demonetized over here.
Right.
You calm down there, sir. No, I mean, listen.
Music now.
It was we trade away Justin Fields. We end up making our decision on where we're going with the future of the quarterback. Let's first get y'all thoughts on that. How did you guys feel with the Justin Fields trade going down? What were your thoughts after seeing Justin go to the Pittsburgh Steelers for, a ham sandwich, realistically?
I would love to get the guy's opinion first.
He's such a troll, I swear. I'll start. I'll tell you this. Initially, the first thought I had was, what in the world is going on? What is Ryan Poles doing? Because I had no idea what the reason behind it was. Of course, you heard him say all this offseason that he wants to do right by Justin Fields. And my understanding was he meant, okay, he's going to build the team around him and he's going to stay here. And finally, everything's going to come together, right? We're going to see the superstar that we always wanted in Justin Fields in his fourth year. But unfortunately, what that really meant is I'm going to wait. All these quarterbacks are getting signed. And apparently we heard that there were so many offers that they passed upon in order to do right by Justin Fields, to get him to the team that he actually wanted to go to continue his development. I'm fine with that. I respect it from the personal side. Obviously, business-wise, it's a bad move because 6th-round pick, what are you going to do with that? That's not really a lot of value. But, you can trust that, he did right. But he kept to his word, basically.
Go ahead, C-Dub. What happened to you? Oh, no, he's busy right now. Don't worry about it.
Oh, what's okay. I thought what's going on? I was waiting on. I was waiting on. Joe, what were your thoughts?
For me, I was okay with it. I think that it didn't seem to work. I would have preferred that if we kept building the offensive line. I felt like you're trading. If you keep Fields, then you can get the offensive lineman in the draft. If I was doing that, or this is a chance of a lifetime of like, okay, when has this ever happened before? If he's the guy. When is the last time the Bears had 2 number 1 picks in a row? Never. Let alone they had the first one, and they've never had the first overall pick. Maybe since they lost a coin toss and lost out of Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Like, this is a chance to get the number one guy. And unfortunately, I think Fields' performance matched with his contract did not warrant them enough for them to pass on this situation. So I'm okay with it. Like I said, we're Bears fans. I like Justin. I think he could have probably still ascended, but it was a little bit, at a glacier speed. We needed him to go a little bit faster for what we wanted.
Pace.
Yeah,
Wow.
a little glacier speed. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a whole
Yeah,
speech ready for
PK was
the
waiting for
Caleb
this moment.
Crybabies. I had a speech for the Caleb Crybabies, and I thought I was going to say it, but I had to revert back and realize that I can't say what I want to say. So I'm going to put a 1 in the air for JF1 as we give a tribute to the tribute.
Is he dead? Is he dead? We putting a 1 in the air for a guy that's
Man,
still
doing
alive,
a tribute.
You know, the thing is, man, I honestly, it was tough when I first heard it, right? Like, it was almost the same feeling I got when I heard Derrick Rose was being traded to the Knicks. It was tough. It was like, what? The Knicks? And then what they got back for him, I was like, what? That's what you got back for him?
Yeah.
So it was literally the mutual feeling I had 8 years ago when Derrick got traded. It's like, that's what we got back for JF1. That's what we got back for D Rose. So it was tough. And then as I started thinking back on it and I started to try to convert my mind into like appreciating what we got, and I said, man, Caleb is about to be the most fortunate quarterback in the history of the NFL.
Yep.
Second,
There has never been a number one pick that has gotten drafted into a team that has 2 Pro Bowl receivers with over 10 years of Pro Bowls together.
No, Andrew Luck. He's
He-
only second.
They didn't have 10 years, though. They had 7 years.
No, I'm just saying he had a great team.
Oh,
Andrew
no,
Luck and
I
Hayden
get
had a
it.
great team.
I guess I was just talking about as far as the elite wide
Not
receivers.
really.
I mean,
He
I'll
had
take
a
this
Pedro
Bears team
squad.
over the Colts.
Yeah, but they had to rebuild that offensive line around him. He got sacked
They
quite a
They
bit.
were aging. He
Yeah,
took over
yeah.
Peyton's old team. Is my point. It wasn't like he came to a straight hot trash team. They went to the playoffs
It
that
was a
year.
pretty bad team.
They were 11-5 that year. They
Yeah,
went to
because
the
of him
playoffs.
though. It was because it was a CJ Stroud situation
I'm
with
just
with
saying
Andrew
that-
Luck.
For the most part, though, no, Caleb, I agree. Caleb probably has the best situation. However,
Yeah,
it has
talent
been
mix,
Andrew
yeah.
Luck he was on the other side of having a decent team to go to. That's all.
Yeah, he did walk into a good situation. And so that's kind of what it was for me. It was like, man, I'm going to miss JF1, but I'm going to try to embrace
What are
this
you saying
situation with Caleb Williams. He is a really good quarterback. There's a lot of good things about this man, but at the end of the day, yeah, I'm going to miss Fields, man. I'm going to be rooting for black and yellow too.
Need the $5 back.
See, I'm not gonna.
What was that? Grady said, my man just compared
Let me answer this first back. I know
Derrick Rose. I need my money back, patent designer.
Let me say
Go
this.
ahead, kid.
Because I was in the car with Calvin when it happens. I just want to say that I was elated.
Oh, what was that like? I missed that moment.
Hey, the moment it happened, I said,
He yelled.
"Let's go! You wanna know why?
It was just like
I
that.
wasn't in the
like
car.
that.
It was just like that. Yeah.
And the reason why is because he had a whole promo ready for me. He had a whole thought that he was gonna come into Monday with us trading the first pick, and he was gonna do a rock promo against me on this show. He really was sitting there preparing for it. So I was
Had it written
elated from
down.
that point because it was just like, I want to see this promo now. I really want to see this promo. You're doing
It's not
really
the
well.
same, man.
not
It's
the
got to
same.
come natural, man. It's just, it's like.
I was also elated because it was finally over.
That's how I felt.
I felt realistically, I felt like a weight had been lifted because we could finally talk about everything else that Pose had done for the team and everything else that he can do with this team, as opposed to just this back and forth conversation, because the writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense to keep him. He didn't perform well enough for you to sit there and say, I'm going to pick up this 5th-year option. It wasn't a right situation. And all the moves leading up to it didn't say, oh, I'm going to keep Fields. It said, hey, I'm going to go rookie quarterback.
I don't think it did.
No, yeah, I was about to say.
I don't think it
That's how I
said
got
anything.
tricked.
Realistically, I think that you could have, like, let's not pretend like you couldn't have kept Justin Fields and we'd have been like, all right, let's see him, what he can do in this situation. Let's see how he's going to go out there and perform with DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Gerald Everett, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift, adding into the offense. Yeah, I mean, like you absolutely could have gone about it that way. You absolutely could have attacked it that way. And I think that that's the part where, to me, while yes, you don't like the compensation that you ended up getting back, I like how Ryan Poles handled it for the most part, because it was okay. What's the decision going to be? And maybe the league felt like it was a foregone conclusion that the Bears were going to trade Justin Fields, and that's why you saw the compensation drop and stuff like that. But realistically speaking, like this was a scenario where you could throw any quarterback in there and feel confident about it. And I think that's what makes me feel better about it moving forward. That's what makes me feel like I am okay moving forward. That's what makes me feel like not to say that I don't want Justin here, because I did want Justin to be the quarterback here, but I'm okay resetting things for the business side because I look at how Ryan Poles has built this team to go out there and succeed. You know what I mean? And I think that that's the biggest difference. And now it's like, okay, will the Bears end up regretting doing right by Justin? That's the question for today. Will the Bears end up feeling like doing right by Justin is going to be something that shoots them in the foot? Shout out Big Baron pulling up. He said, y'all owe me $5 worth of content. I rocks with y'all though at Pat and the Gang. Hey man, we got y'all, man. This $5 is going to be well worth it. The price of a Big Mac. You're supporting a young up and coming sports show. Keep it going. But no, I'm just
How you know it's the price of a Big Mac?
Hey,
Big Mac prices went up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yesterday's price is not today's price.
Big Mac prices went up, bro. Big Mac prices went up, bro. I ain't gonna lie to
work
you.
on that diet, baby.
I was more of a double quarter pounder with cheese. Nah, I can't even mess with
there you
McDonald's
go.
like that. I did have Taco Bell the other night.
I
though.
was the number 2 with a pink lemonade and all that stuff.
Number 2. That's what the 2 cheeseburgers. Yeah.
Hey, y'all
How
had
you know
some-
it's the 2 cheeseburgers?
Hey,
Hey,
listen.
you are a professional.
The 2 was the number 2.
I just think
Okay.
that
You came in with McDonald's. You can't talk about nobody being
I just got the
professional.
Shamrock
McDonald's.
shake. I don't know nothing about
It was
the menu.
fries in that bag.
Shamrock shake, boy. You got all kind of chemicals in your body. Shamrock.
It was fries in that bag. I told him it's just a vanilla shake with
Big
green
Man
food
said y'all
coloring.
cheaper than McDonald's.
Hey, fact. Yeah, I mean, appreciate the love. No, but I think here's the thing, right? Will the Bears end up regretting doing right by Justin Fields? That's the question on the table right now, because the compensation back is a 6th-round pick, right? I'd be surprised if we see them find a way to put Justin Fields on the field for more than 51% of the snaps, unless Russell Wilson ends up getting hurt. That is the stipulation for the Chicago Bears to be able to get a 4th-round pick back from the Steelers instead of a 6th-round pick. Now, if Russ gets hurt, or just starts off the season looking like Russ of 2 years ago, I think that's different, right? Maybe you end up seeing Justin get out there and play a little bit earlier and getting to see what he's actually made of. But I'm not even worried about that, because there's no San Francisco fan right now complaining about the draft capital that was given up for Trey Lance.
Facts.
There's no right, like, and I think this is what's funny. Like when we get to the next topic, the funniest part about all of this, depending on what Caleb does, but it just feels like Bears fans would be the same fans who are like, how could we move on from Alex Smith when Pat Mahomes is the next guy?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
How can we go on from Drew Bledsoe when it's Tom Brady? And realistically speaking, I'm sure there were some fans that said that initially.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was some debate.
So,
They didn't know what they got.
I was thinking when you leading into that earlier, I thought about maybe somewhat of the comparison of Drew Brees to Phillip Rivers. Like Drew Brees was not performing what they wanted, and they had this opportunity to get a quarterback, whether it was taking Eli Manning or Phillip Rivers. And so it was like, this is because he also got hurt. He was also, he was floundering as a quarterback, and then he got hurt.
Yeah.
So then it's like when he got hurt, it made the decision even easier. But this almost kind of mirrors this. It's like we have this quarterback. We like him. We've seen flashes of greatness. Now, no one knew that after he got his bionic shoulder put in place and he turned down Miami, goes to Sean Payton, and boom, they take off. We don't know if that's going to happen with Justin. The problem is in today's game, those contracts, they put you on a clock that says your development needs to match this pay, for you to get paid.
But I would say that's the best case scenario, right?
Yeah.
Chargers fans aren't upset that they had Phillip Rivers as their quarterback.
No.
Now, maybe you're upset about the playoff wins.
Yeah.
But you also had Tom Brady, the buzzsaw, standing on the other side of you. You know what I mean? Like the Chargers fans aren't upset that their quarterback for 15 years is Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, kill Phil, baby.
Nobody in New Orleans is upset that their quarterback for 15 years was Drew Brees.
But the
Both
issue
sides ended up winning in that scenario. That to me would be what I would think most Bears fans want to happen here.
But that's not the point. The point is that the poor performance or the shaky performance of the quarterback play puts you in a position. If Drew Brees was doing what he was supposed to do in a sense, then they're going to use that third pick on somebody else. Maybe they need a receiver alignment, whatever. And so that's the point, is that because Fields made you have doubts, he had questions. I mean, we like Fields. I didn't have a problem with Fields. I think if you kept him and he still would have gotten better,
you would have finally given him the team to be
he would have
successful.
gotten. I think with those weapons, he would have got it better. But the clock is on. He's on the clock in terms of him getting paid. I think Pittsburgh, what they'll probably do is they don't start Justin. They might play the ultimately bogus game. You don't play one. We don't want to give up a 4th round pick. And so, if Russell Wilson, we throw him out there every game until he can't,
Week 11, baby.
They don't have to pick up his 5th year option. They don't have to. They can re-sign him later, renegotiate his contract, where it's much more team friendly for him. I
don't even know if that's what. Not to say that won't happen, but I think there is a belief.
Mike Tomlin really likes him.
Listen, Russ is making $1 million. Do we think they care about pissing off Russ?
No.
Well, he's paid.
So, do we
Yeah.
think they care about pissing off Russ? Yes, they're starting the season. Russell Wilson is not competing for the starting job.
Right.
It's his job to have. Guess what? If Justin Fields shows up in the training camp, he wins over that locker room. He wins over, like I expect him to. Russ ain't going to do it. Russ ain't going to be buddy-buddy with none of the dudes in that locker room. Russ ain't going to be best friends with none of the dudes in that locker room. Russ here on business.
Yeah.
All right, there's a business trip for Russ. I got to be here 17 weeks on a business trip to Pittsburgh. I'm meeting Sierra in Seattle. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. But shout out to him, Jesus. I mean, listen.
Hey,
that goes
she's
back
looking better too.
Hey, every day.
Dang.
Sometimes I wish I could have. Never mind, don't worry about it. But yeah, boy.
Yeah,
But
buddy.
but no, I just think realistically, right, when you look at what Justin went into, and the Bears say the report that from Courtney Cronin that there were better offers on the table.
Mm-hmm.
There were better offers that the Bears could have taken. And yet they still went out there and told Justin, where do you want to go? Who do you want to play for?
Had a full conversation with
Here you go.
That's doing right by
You
him.
go. We'll send you to where you want to go, because guess what? You did get screwed over here. Your first year did suck. You had nobody to throw the football to. Your second year did suck. We tanked. Your third year did suck. We had no offensive line for you. We couldn't get a center that could snap the football to you. You had to play Javi Baez out there in the field.
Wow.
I mean, honestly, that's really what it was. He's playing shortstop, trying to keep it going through the gap. You know what I mean? Like sitting there trying to catch the football and then throw it. So the fact that the Bears are willing to do right by him, I'm not mad at that. I appreciate them for that. And I think realistically speaking, when you look at what is that going to mean for the future, it won't matter if you get the quarterback selection right and you've built the scenario, possibly the best scenario that I've ever seen a quarterback go into to develop into.
Or maybe just the value wasn't as high as people really thought.
And that's actually a real thing too.
I think that the NFL knew. So this was funny because I finally remembered to do this, right? We were talking about these cards, you know what I'm saying? And how what's the name got, all these cards. And I think the problem is that he showed his big joker.
Oh, the big joker's out there.
Because
is that a pause?
He showed
I don't know
his
about
big
that.
joker.
I don't know about that one.
That might be crazy.
That's a stretch.
That one might be crazy. Are we flagging that one?
A little stretch. That's a little stretch.
Let's shake it.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that one.
Oh, snap.
I'm gonna throw that one.
Showed his big joker.
Showed his big joker. Shout out to Poles first off for having the big joker. I mean,
I'm challenging that.
no, we challenging that. Okay, all right. We throw the challenge flag on that.
I'm challenging that. I'm saying that
First challenge of the day.
he showed the joker.
Of the week, early in the show, an early challenge.
First Patreon challenge.
You ain't challenge the challenge. Y'all let us know. Y'all let us know.
Give me a flag and I can challenge.
No, you can challenge the flag.
That's-
Chat, let us know, man. Is that a flag right there or not? Y'all let us know here.
There's the big joke and the little joker.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but you're saying he showed his big joker. That's
how you said
that's
it.
crazy.
That's how you said it.
That's crazy.
That means it was covered and he uncovered it.
Dang.
That's on you, bro.
Who calls themselves the joker? Nobody. Anybody who calls themselves the
Hey,
joker?
listen.
I'm
Hey,
prepared
hey,
to
about
try
that.
to crack a
Hey,
smile.
look.
Big
Hey,
joker
listen.
take little
Hey,
joker.
You
listen.
guys are 230.
Hey, Joe, I'm not gonna lie to you. Definitely calling it now. Definitely calling it the big joker now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Hey, girl, I got this full deck, but I got a big joker for you.
Oh, look,
Not the little one.
no, but my point is that he showed his card because I think if he put up a better stone wall, if he had set out from the outset, we like Justin Fields, we're going to keep Justin Fields and build with that. Then he can 180 all he wants to, right?
Yeah.
And drives up the price because they don't know what he's going to do. Does he still take Caleb? Because that was our thing. We don't know what Poles is going to do.
Yeah.
And so now when it got to a point where we want to do right by Justin, and the NFL is not stupid. They don't want to give you nothing more than they have to. So if they will ask for a second and a third and a fifth, okay, well, wait, we're going to call your bluff and play chicken. Now, it might have been Pittsburgh the whole time in Atlanta. And Atlanta said, you know what, we're good. We got the 8th pick. And J.J. McCarthy, or, he's a victim. What do we say? He's a victim of all these quarterbacks coming out this year.
Mhm.
And you had Kirk Cousins. And you had Russell getting cut.
Yep,
A lot of these moves that you did not expect, that did not help Justin Fields' value out. So it wasn't necessarily the Bears' fault. It's Justin Fields and a victim, again, of his circumstances.
And I will add on to that, this is per Courtney Cronin as well. Teams were very conscious of the moves they had made previously and didn't want to get fleeced again. She actually mentioned that slightly on the show with Hoodie. Mentioned that how teams were very conscious of what they had done. And we're actually willing to call this bluff and see, hey, listen, we know you have both of these quarterbacks up there. Mm-hmm. We're going to see what you ultimately do with it. And then looking at that, I will say, going back to the point of Ryan Post doing right by him, it was reported by one person. I think they kind of retracted it, but I'm just going to say that they said it was an established young quarterback that had already been paid, that they were going to look at to pay to go there. And ultimately, I think that's where Kenny Pickett ended up going. The Eagles. It was a young quarterback who was young, who was already paid on an established team that was looking to get Justin Fields.
Well, the Eagles were in on Justin Fields.
So it was the Eagles.
The Eagles were in on Justin Fields as well, yeah.
So it was the Eagles. And going there, he wouldn't have got no starting time.
No.
Well, and that's the thing. There was a better offer on the table from other teams.
For sure.
But I think here's the thing. I respect the fact that Ryan Poles says, guess what? I don't care about the 6th round pick. Like, I don't go over there. Like, if it becomes a 4th, it becomes a 4th. Because guess what? The scenario that you've built, and I see Lord Crimson in the comments. Shout out Lord Crimson, man. Definitely gonna be in the comments a lot more over here on the Patreon side, dog.
Family here.
Hey, it's a close knit family. If you decided to throw the funds in there, we having a conversation with you as well.
Matter of fact, that we shout out TJ the Fuzz is in here.
TJ the Fuzz, what's going on, man?
He'll be acting a fool.
Hey, Grady, stay with the jokes, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. He said, Pat, no way. Our OC was not a quarterback. Our QB's coach was not a quarterback. Our veterans have a total of 8 NFL starts, 4 wins, 6 touchdowns, and 15 picks. Who's going to develop the rookie QB? The same dude that was developing rookie QBs with a very similar staff out in Seattle and Shane Waldron. That's what you want to see. Yep. You want to see if he can continue to do that. You went and got who reportedly was one of the best guys on the market to develop a quarterback. You've also put together a scenario where you have the most opportunity to develop a quarterback. Listen, as difficult as it may seem to see a quarterback developed here in Chicago, we've never seen this scenario.
No.
And whether you love Braxton Jones or hate Braxton Jones ain't Jamarcus Webb. You know what I mean? Like he's not unserviceable.
Yeah.
So you're not in a situation where he's just getting sacked over and over again from the left side. You're not dealing with it. Nah, I think you still need to address the center position. I still think that you still need to go out there and continue to build up that offensive line a little bit more. But I think that you're in a much better situation than where you started at with this. And I think that that's the best part for the Bears now. Like, before you ended up trading Justin, before you ended up trading for Keenan Allen, we all was sitting here asking the same question. Mm-hmm. What the heck is this mug going to do? Mm-hmm. How is he going to develop in the same situation that Justin Fields just came out of? Now you add Keenan Allen to DJ Moore, to Gerald Everett, to Shane, to DeAndre Swift. Mm. He doesn't even have to be amazing his rookie year.
And Shane Waldron being a QB collective guy, having already worked with Caleb Williams to some extent, or that organization at least, they already had a level of familiarity on a different level. So it's like it works. And Justin Fields was.
But you don't even have to be amazing your rookie year, because there's enough for you to just be like, I'm still trying to figure this out.
The defense,
Pat Mahomes was still trying to figure it out after he had won a Super Bowl and had gone to another one.
Yeah.
right. The defense is
That's
gonna
the
be
situation
strong
you wanna
enough carry
create.
that squad. Like you said, running game. For them, that's all you really need in football. You want to be able to control the clock. The defense should be able to give you some turnovers. The quarterbacks, I mean, as long as he doesn't turn the ball over, in crucial moments. And like I said, what did we say? If we get a quarterback play that kind of plays the way that Justin's playing right now, then we're kind of winning because it's not like Justin threw for 3,000 or 3,500 and was really torching everything. Now, he had a couple of games, so we saw the ability to do it. The problem is that he didn't string them along. We didn't know if that's between Getsy or what have you, where we can string these type of games along in consecutive weeks where we saw something out of them. So
This comment by Baki here. You just need Caleb not to screw it up.
pretty much.
You got to build things around it, but honestly, you do. You just need Caleb not to mess up.
I don't know if my expectations are higher, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I want Caleb to be, as we say on this non-forbidden word, this generational prospect. As soon as he hits the field, I don't want to see anything closely related to what Justin Fields gave us, because then I would have wanted Justin Fields to stay here, and then we addressed other needs. I need Caleb Williams to be godlike.
No, that's not fair.
No. Yes, it is.
fair.
Yes, it is, because the expectation is better with the team being better around him
No.
than the past 3 seasons.
Well, you know why it's not fair is because you're going to have to pay. You would have to pay Justin $20 million.
$25 million to do what a
for
rookie's
that.
walking in the door to do.
Yeah, you're saving. The whole thing is you're saving an extra 5 years of not having to pay all that kind of money.
Business is business.
That's all well and good. I'm just saying I want to see better production out the gate from Caleb Williams if we're putting all of our chips into this offseason and expecting him to be the quarterback that we've never had in this organization forever. And so that's what I want to see.
I mean, realistically speaking, if his rookie year is 3,500 yards, 24 touchdowns,
I'll
12
take that.
interceptions,
That's better than
that's not godlike.
It ain't godlike, but it's godlike.
It's not even that impressive.
You know what, Pat?
Chicago.
You know what, Pat?
Yeah. It's
You
not,
know
it's
what,
not even
Pat?
that impressive if we're being real.
When I say godlike, I mean godlike compared to the other quarterbacks we've had. I don't mean to the league,
That's not hard to do.
which is what I mean. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be better than what we've seen pretty much for the course of our lives.
Like CJ
If he
Stroud.
puts up 3,800 yards,
CJ Stroud.
22 touchdowns, and 13 INTs, is that good enough for you?
Say the touchdowns again. What'd you say?
3,800 yards, 22 touchdowns, 13 INTs. That's no rushing touchdowns.
Baki said,
Who is that? Because I know you're
godlike
going
us.
somewhere. Where who is that?
Exactly.
That's Kurt Cobain.
It's not Kurt Cobain.
Was that CJ?
It's Mac Jones.
Oh, hey, I knew you was going to compare that to some mid quarterback. I knew there was a mid quarterback in there somewhere.
He gives you a Mac Jones rookie season.
No, but honestly, if he does that, yes, I want that with this team. Mac Jones didn't have this type of team. Yes, I would take that. I would take those numbers in a heartbeat.
67% completion rate.
How much?
Mac
67%.
Jones, the difference is those numbers with this defense
Yes,
make a big difference.
I would take that.
He had those numbers with a defense that was giving up 17 touchdowns.
He was
a
also
game.
10-7 that season too.
Were they 10-7 that
It
year?
was 10-7 that season.
Ain't half
His rookie year?
No,
Yes.
ain't half of that is what's his name, ain't it?
No.
How many games he played that year?
Wasn't
He
that,
played 17 games.
Did he?
What's
Mac-
the other quarterback?
Mac Jones was
Zappy?
second in offensive
Zappy?
rookie offensive player of the year.
Hey, so
he ain't no more.
So look. I just pulled up the top 15 rookie seasons. Number 1 was Russell
Patty.
Wilson.
I was gonna say Pat Mahomes.
I thought
Russell
it was
Wilson
Herbert.
had 3,100 yards,
Oh, the Pat Mahomes.
64%
He wasn't a
completion.
rookie.
26 touchdowns, and 10
Lamar
interceptions.
don't count.
Robert RG3 was number 2, 3,200 yards passing.
Yeah.
He had 20 touchdowns, 5 NOs, and he completed 65% of his completions. Baker Mayfield was number 3 with 3,700 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, 14 NOs. Mac Jones, number 4, 2,800 yards, 16 touchdowns, 8 interceptions with 70% completion. Dak is 5th with 3,600 yards, 23 touchdowns. So as we're
That
seeing
had a
here,
great year.
actually,
That came into a
That came
great
into a great
team.
situation.
and Mac,
situation.
and Mac so
He
far
was
the
13 and
whack
3
is
his
he only
first
had 2,800 yards. Everybody was well over 30.
That was when that
3,000
line was elite.
Justin Herbert had 4,300 yards with 31 touchdowns and 10 NOs. Woo, his rookie year. God dang.
Jesus.
That's some serious stuff, right? Bridgewater had 2,900 yards
Teddy
passing.
B.
Joe Burrow had 2,600 yards 13 touchdowns.
Joe
and
Burrow
5
played
innos.
10 games.
So in our
Joe Burrow got his leg ripped off his rookie year.
so getting
Snapped
that
in
in that
half.
realm, basically, yeah.
even Cam had 4,000 passing yards.
Yeah, Cam was ridiculous.
21 touchdowns,
He can't throw
17 innos on 60% completion.
Cam has the most
Cam Newton
yards
can't
for
play, though.
any quarterback
Even
that
Jameis
does not
Winston had
throw
4,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, 15 interceptions on 58% complete. And he had terrible completion percentage.
Hey, Jameis was terrible.
So the point is that we haven't had what is the best? We haven't had since Eric Kramer over a 3,000 yard passing season.
Yeah, we've never had a 4,000.
We have
What are you talking about?
no 35.
What are you talking about?
In terms of just
Jay
the best
Cutler?
Bears quarterback.
Mitch, hold on, Jay Cutler.
Threw
Hold
for
on,
over 3,000
Let's-
yards. Jay Cutler threw for over
go to Jay
3,000 yards
Cutler's stats
multiple
real
times.
quick.
What's the number? My point is
4,000 yards.
So we're looking for 4,000.
We've never had a
We've
4,000
never had
yard
a
pass.
4,000.
Okay.
That's where I'm getting at.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
That's what I'm getting at. So
It's been bad, but it ain't been that bad. We never had 3.
Caleb, so it can be done. There's at least 3 or 4 rookie quarterbacks that's thrown for 4,000 yards.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that Caleb, could be on that spectrum of doing that. Or if he's under 3,000, is it a bust?
I mean, if you're under 3,000,
And you play 17 games?
yeah, that's bad.
Right.
bad.
That's
Like,
bad.
that's one
Yep.
extra
With
game.
this
That's
team,
below expectation.
With this
With
team?
an extra game.
With
That's
those
bad.
2 receivers,
Yeah.
Thank you. Think about the team that's constructed around him. Last year, Justin Fields, I mean, if you look at his numbers, like you mentioned, toward his pace, but it's consistently gotten better. What did he have? Close to 2,600 passing yards last year
But that's like a rookie
with
year.
with 7 wins.
Yeah.
And so if Caleb does anything close to that with this team, you would expect him to have more wins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you also just mentioned why you move on from Justin Fields, though.
Right.
2,600 yards, third season, 13 games.
Gradual, but he also was out a few games too
He
because
he
of
played
injury.
13 games.
That's
Who?
4 games less than the full season.
His rookie season?
No, this year.
This last season.
This year, yeah.
He played 13 games.
If
There's
he
a
plays
3-year
all
pro-
games,
Well, yeah, if he
would
played all games, he'd
I
probably
think
be
he
over
would-
3,000 yards easily.
He probably would have been. It was just so bad.
I would have
in the
had about
first half.
3,400 yards.
Huh?
If he played all 17, probably would have. What did he finish with? 2,800?
26.
2,600?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd finish about 3,400
I'm
yards.
just saying, it's only 200 yards more than Kirk Cobain's week 9.
Well, my thing is that 30.
I'm just being honest.
Jeez.
Like, you say he's weak.
I mean, listen.
You say he's weak,
I
right?
mean, listen.
It's only,
I say
it's only
weak.
200 more yards.
It's also exactly how many yards. Like if he plays the full season, it's also exactly how many yards Lamar Jackson won an MVP with.
oh snap!
I like the yards to me don't matter. The impact to me matters.
That was perfect.
Right, the impact to me matters. If you go out there and you win, that's what matters to me.
all
And
that matters.
I think we saw more of that the second half. But listen, Ryan Poles didn't see enough, and realistically speaking, he didn't see enough to sit there and say, "I have to stick with this guy moving forward." And I'm fine to live with that decision. I'm fine living with that decision. I don't think that that's going to be something that the Chicago Bears end up regretting in the long run. And I think that that's the biggest thing that the Bears fans need to realize, and why we got to talk about this next topic.
There you go.
Are we ready to embrace a new QB? Because Twitter does not seem like, I feel like Twitter it's a little bit better today.
They got to
It
chill.
was like 60-40.
But right after,
They got to chill.
it was worse.
Yeah.
It was like, are we ready to embrace our next quarterback? And as Bears
We was
fans,
not
we
ready.
have to be.
We
We
ain't ready.
have to be. You've got some really good names on this list.
Why is JJ up there?
You've got some
Get him
really
outta
good names
here.
on this.
Yeah, I don't know why you did all that.
Be
dog.
mad about JJ
Hey,
McCarthy.
listen, it's only 2 people that need to be on this list. Them 2 in the middle.
Really
Everybody
one.
else
In the middle,
needs to
thank
move
you.
on.
Really won.
Hey, we
That is
do
it.
any of that, I'm off the bandwagon. I'm off the bandwagon. No,
I'm not
you
sure
got-
when you jumped on the bandwagon. I'm not
Don't
gonna
worry
lie to you.
about
I don't
that,
know if
sir.
you were on the
Don't
bandwagon,
worry
dog.
about that, sir.